Good evening, and you're welcome to my class. For today, we'll be starting our day with mathematics, and the topic I'll be dealing with for today is it's an expanded form of numbers. Expanded form of numbers into hundred, tens, and units. I need us to understand one thing. When it comes to number isn't just formed, it uses symbols. And what are these symbols? I call them symbols because they are what are used to form what we call numbers. And these symbols, they are 10 in number. If you see them as symbols, you will understand that these are used to form something that end up becoming what we can use in counting. And the symbols are just this. When you see this, you know what it is called. This is 0. Here is another symbol. We call it 1. Here is another 1. We call it 2. Here is what we call number 3. Here is what we call number 4. This is how number 5 looks as, if I'm correct, or if you have any other thing to say to that. Then here is number 6. And anyone that goes with a dash and a long stroke is number 7. Then we have our number 8, which looks like this in a spiral form. Then here is number 9. Now, if you look at these 10 symbols, I'm very sure when you are asked, you will call it numbers, yes. But I always want you to call these single symbols that stand on its own, you call them digits. Refer to them as digits because it is digits that are used to form numbers. It is very typical, it is simple for us to understand that when we see this, we call it 0. Now when we put something behind this like this, it becomes something else. When we bring this to the front and you have this 0, it has already changed. So this is what we mean by using these symbols, or we call them digits, to form what we call numbers. Now, if we understand that these are digits, then it will be very simple for us to understand that these are what we use to form numbers. Now, numbers begin with 1 digit. So that is what we need to have at the back of our mind. Number counting starts from 1 digit number. And what are the 1 digit number? That is when we start using these digits to begin our counting. Then another thing again I want you to understand is that when you are counting objects, you begin with 1. Why? Because you are counting what you can see, what is visible. But when you are counting numbers, just ordinarily for counting, you learn to start from 0. Why? You have to start from 0 because 0 is also part of digits that are used for forming numbers. And it plays a very vital role in numbers and number formation when we are forming our numbers. Just like I said, when you see this and this, it's telling you that these 2 digits form a number that we call what? 10. Now, if this 0 is taken as nothing, it will affect the name given to this number. So it is no longer 10. What we have here is 1. So that is where I want us to always understand that when you are counting number, it is very safe for you to always start from 0, so that it will always ring in our mind that 0 is also an important digit which cannot be counted, but it is also part of what we use in forming numbers. Now let us go down to expanded form. I'm going to start from units. Every one-digit number, every one-digit number is under the group of units, and it's in ones, counting in ones. Permit me, let me take something to use as example. Now I have this roll of straw. I want to do my counting. What I mean by counting in ones, to explain what unit means, is by counting in one number at a go. 1, 2. I'm taking it one by one while I count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and on, taking one step at a go. Now, let me make it clear to you that from 0 to 9, they are the ones that form the group of units, because each of them represents a digit. So 0 is a digit, 2 is a digit, 6 is a digit, 9 is a digit, 1 is a digit, 5 is a digit. And if you want to start counting, you always start from 1. That is if you're counting objects. And if you're counting numbers, you start from 0. So you do what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, let me now take us to something. When after 9, you find out that the next number is going to be what? 10. Now look at the formation of 10. 10 is formed out of how many digits? 1, 2. So any number that contains 2 digits only, then it is what? It is under 2-digit number, which is called tens. That is when you start counting in tens, a group of 10. And counting is also done in tens. 10, which means one group of 10, 10. Another group of 10 join together making 20. Another group making 30. This is what I mean. Just like, let me put this here. 1, let me use strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have a group of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have another group of 10. So with this, by counting in tens, instead of counting in units, I'm counting in tens. So I'll pick roller 10, 20, then I go on to 30, I go down to 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, until I get to 99. So from the group of numbers starting from 10 to 99, they all belong to the group of tens. Now, let us now go to tens and units. How do we form numbers using tens and units? Now, this is it. Since we said 2-digit numbers belong to the group of tens, so that means in every 2 digits, there is a particular digit that is standing in for the group of tens, then the other digit is standing for the group of units. This is what I want to pick a 2-digit number. Let me go down to 28. 28. If I want to write this ordinarily, I would have written it like this, 28, just the way we have been taught. But how is this 28 formed? It is formed from the counting of the tens That is 10, 20. Now we are from that 20, we are moving to the next group of 10, which is 30. But we found out that we didn't get there. We stopped at somewhere midway. We stopped at 28. That means when we got to 20, we already have our 10, we have our 20, then we grow. So we now continue to pick the counting in units. 20 and 1, making 21. 20 and 2, 22. 20 and 3, 23. 20 and 4, 24. 20 and 5, 25. 20 and 6, 26. 20 and 7, 27. 20 and 8, 28. Normally, after 20, if you are counting in tens, you are supposed to get to 30. But because when numbers are formed from when you are in the group of tens, you must also count with the what? Units. So that was why I said I counted it 20 with the units I counted until I get to 28. So that 28 shows that I have two tens, that means 10, 20. Then that is, let me use a pictorial description. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 1 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have another 10 here. Then I have this. Let's see if this is going to take us to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is not up to 10. So automatically we have a number that belongs to the what? Units. If we get to tens, that means we are still in the group of tens. But because we have a particular number that is not up to 10, so automatically we have two tens. And how many units? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 units. So we have to, and remember, two tens means what? 10, 20. 20 and 8 will give us what? 28. So when you are asked what is the place value of 8, the place value of 8 can be found through this counting to show that 8 belongs to the group of units, which is not up to 10, while 2 belongs to the group of tens. So what do we have here? We have 2 tens, 8 units. That is it. So we have 2 tens, 8 units. That is for the group of what? Tens and units. And what have I done here? I've expanded it. This is a shortened form of writing 28. Now to expand it so that it will be easily understandable to know how numbers are formed, I've expanded my 28 to what? Tens and units. That is why I have my 20 and what? 8. So here I've been able to express it here that 20 is what? 2 tens, 10 in 2 places, and 8 units, which is not up to what? 10. So that is on expanded form into what? Tens and units. Now let us then take ourselves down to 100. Any number in 100, if you are to start counting after 99, let us start from 90 so that we can get to them. 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. Then we go to what? We go down to 3-digit number, which is what? 100. That is 100. 100. 1, 0, 0. 3-digit number. 3-digit number. And every 3-digit number begins from 100 to 999. This is a group of hundreds. Then, there's one thing I also want to remind you, that units is the one that begins the counting, and it is always at the end. Just as it is here, it is always at the end. It is the one that ends a number. If you have, let me say, a 10-digit number, the last number is always representing units. So, to explain better, let me pick a 3-digit number. I pick, let me pick 436. If you listen to how it is pronounced, it is very simple. 400 isn't it? And what? 30 and 6. 436. Now, if you look at the 6, you can see it is one digit number. If you look at the 30, it is two digit numbers. And if you look at the 400, it is how many digits? 1, 2, 3. So when we form it together, you find out that by the time you're writing it in, you find out that it is a 3-digit number. Now, just as I've explained in tens and units, when you are forming numbers are counted either in tens, hundreds, thousands, to make it a bit simple for now. 10, which I've shown us here, counting in tens. Now, the same thing applicable to 100. You can count in hundreds as well. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. So let us assume that this is a bag full of, or let me use money. Now this is 100 naira note. Here is another 100 naira note. Here is another 100 naira note. Now, how many 100 do we have here? Let's count together. 100, 200, 300. Because when I say we pick up 1 and 1, which is 2, and 1, which is 3. So what do we have here? We have 3. Now, I'm going to use this to explain this number. Now, with another number, we have what? Another 100, which is 400. So we have 400 here. 100, 200, 300, 400. So you have 400 here. Now with your 30, which is just a counting of what? In tens. 1, 2, 3. Let me explain it here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is 30. So we have 10, 20, 30. Then we have 6 units. That is the 6 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6 here is not up to 10. So that is why, and remember I said 1-digit number is a number of what? Units. 2-digit number is a number of tens. And 3-digit number is a number of hundreds. So now, how do we bring everything together here? Let me show it to you. If you are able to express a number into this, even if you're writing numbers, if you can be able to split it the way I've said it, 430, then 6. Look at it. You can see that this is the third number here, and I said every digit at the end. I said any digit from 0 to 9 can be the digits. So any digit at the end here is standing for unit. That is why you are. This is here. If you look at this unit also, this is why it is here. And this is also a unit, which is 1-digit number. It is here. Now look at, I said 2-digit number. Starting from your counting from the end, in units, tens, according to the place value, here is unit, which is followed by tens. So here is tens. That is why we have the 0 here. And this is also unit followed by tens. That is why we have 3 here. And there is no tens here. That is why this is empty. Now we bring everything together. Then we have what? 0 plus 0 plus 6 is 6. 0 plus 3 is 3. And here is 4. So we have what? 436. Still the same thing. It's just that we have expanded it here. We've expanded into 100, tens, and units. And I've brought everything together to form this 3-digit number. So in any other ways, you can pick any other numbers just to try to assess it to see how far you can expand a number to understand the place value of each digit. So what do we have here? We have 400, 3 tens, and what? 6 units. That is on the expanded form of numbers into what? 100, tens, and units. So with this, you practice more with other numbers of your choices, you'll get to understand more about how numbers are expanded, which can be used in counting if you are confused, and you can also use it in mental arithmetic. Thank you very much.